Hey babes in Bookland. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Watching Tag. This was originated by Harriet Rosie, and I was kindly tagged by Sean the Book Maniac and Roz at A Journey Through Books, so I'm going to leave their channels in the description box below. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to all the new subscribers who found my channel in the last week. I know much of that had to do with some channel mentions and shout outs, particularly by Robert at Barter Hordes, Doris at Aldi Books, and of course Adam at Memento Mori. So thank you all so much for your very kind words. It's been really cool to meet some new booktubers and have some new channels to check out, so thanks again for that. And without further ado, we'll get into this tag. Question 1 is, how many channels are you subscribed to? Last count it was 204, and that is growing in the last week, like I said, with some new channels that I've discovered. About 80% of those are booktube channels, and then the rest are other parts of the internet. A lot of them are movie review channels and music review channels, and just some little kind of random things peppered in there. So yeah. Question number 2 is, when do you normally watch booktube? And usually I'll do a preliminary scroll through in the morning, just kind of checking out what's there. If it's stuff I'm really excited to see, videos, I'll watch those first thing and then kind of pepper my watching throughout the day. So typically the mornings, and then in the afternoons if I'm doing chores, things like that. So question number 3 is, how do you balance booktube watching, reading, and making your own videos? Balance is a very fleeting thing. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. But the priority is reading. And sometimes I don't necessarily feel compelled to make videos about the stuff that I'm reading. And if I don't feel like making videos, or I'm not excited about something, then I won't put it up and I won't make videos. So I know that's kind of a YouTube sin in terms of the algorithm and getting your channel noticed, but you know, if I can't put 3 videos up a week or 2 videos up a week, then so be it. I think with booktube watching that sometimes it's necessary to take a break from watching booktube videos. I think that that can really aid in your ability to create things when you're not seeing what everybody else is doing. And also it's okay to take breaks from reading too. If you're watching movies or listening to music or watching television shows or going to plays or whatever, you're still consuming storytelling. It's still storytelling in a lot of different forms, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in books. So yeah, I would say that's kind of how I balance that, maybe. So question number 4 is there a difference between videos you like watching and videos you like making? Not right now. I think the channel is still relatively new, and so I'm at a place where I'm just trying to like throw stuff against the wall to see what sticks. I like the idea of doing vlogs, but I don't necessarily love the way that they've been executed. The other day I was watching one where there was a 2-minute clip of somebody making a cup of tea. It was so painful. It was just painful to watch. And the painful part about it was that this process was repeated several times through the vlog. And I was like, it's not Queen of Hungary water. Like, we don't need some 10-minute long clip of you fucking boiling water. So yeah, if I'm gonna do things like that, I need to figure out a way that is gonna make it a little bit more true to myself and something that I would enjoy watching. So we'll see. So question 5 is, who is the first booktuber you subscribed to, and do you still watch them? And there were 2 channels that I sort of simultaneously started watching, and funny enough, I don't think that they would consider themselves part of the booktube community proper, and one has said that explicitly. So the 2 channels are Cynthia Dubois and Cliff Sargent over at Better Than Food Book Reviews. I do still watch their channels, and I think what makes it a little easy to do so is that they don't post as frequently as your average bear booktuber. So Cliff, I think, puts out maybe one video a month, and Shinzi has been putting out maybe like 2 to 3 videos a month. It just kind of depends on what's going on in her life. Initially, what attracted me to her channel was her video essays, which I thought were great. And with Cliff, he does these really in-depth book reviews. So it takes him a good month to just comb through the content that he's reading and come up with some discussion points. So I think because of the time that they put into it and how infrequently they post, it's still very easy to watch their channels and to keep up on their content. So yeah. So question number 6 is, who is the most recent booktuber you subscribe to? And this is Eclectic Reads, Sean at Eclectic Reads. I really enjoy his book taste a lot. It's been really great to be able to comb through his back videos and kind of get a feel for the types of books that he reads and the books that he likes. He reads a lot of kind of horror and some 80s slasher horror books, which I think is really cool. And it's not a lot of things that you hear in the like regular booktube circles. So I appreciate that a lot. And I'm definitely going to be checking in on his channel quite frequently. And he's just lovely and so cool. Question number 7 is to share an old favorite booktuber. And for this, I'm going to say David at the Poptimist. I love his channel. I love the books that he reads. His critiques are so concise and they're so funny. They're very well constructed. And he has this really sort of like 80s, 90s kid sort of sensibility to his videos and to him that I really, really appreciate. He's been so instrumental in introducing me to some of my favorite bookish things that I have found while being on Booktube. So I really appreciate his channel and definitely go check him out. Okay, so question number 8 is share a new favorite booktuber. There have been so many channels that I've been made aware of in the last couple of weeks that I'm excited to check out, but one person's channel that I've just been so happy to watch is Wilson Shugart. So he has been a longtime Booktube watcher and commenter, but with a lot of encouragement has started his own channel, and I think it's only officially been up for about 3 weeks or so. But man, just insightful and funny and has just wonderful things to say about books and reads so widely. What a lovely, lovely oddball of a guy he is. So definitely check his channel out. He is well worth the watch. And yeah, that's going to be my choice for that. Question number 9 is, what is one of your Booktube pet peeves? So a couple here that I'm going to share. I haven't run into this problem so much on Booktube as I have the wider YouTube area, but there have been a couple examples. So when people cite studies or talk about studies when they're talking about books and they don't cite the studies or cite what it is they're talking about, really drives me crazy. If you're going to bring science and statistics or anything like that into your Booktube discussions, into your opinions, then you need to cite your source and allow people to decide whether or not that piece of information is good science or not. And this really has to do with the perpetuation of bad information and bad science on the internet. Another thing I really dislike is when people feel like they have to clap to be able to make a point about something. Just, we don't need to see your wild gesticulations or your corporal percussion. You don't need that to be able to make a point. Just use your words. That's what they're there for. So question number 10 is, what have you learned from watching other booktubers? And thus far, what I've learned is to just read to your taste. I think with newer channels especially, we prescribe to this assumption that in order to get noticed or to get people to pay attention to your channel, that you have to read these really hyped up books or read all these books that other people are reading. And I think to an extent that can help with participating in conversations about the books, but it's not necessary. I think one of the most important pieces of advice that I've heard is from Dan Harmon. And though this had to do specifically with writing, I think that this can be carried over into any creative endeavor that you are pursuing. And he said to find your voice, shout it from the rooftops, and don't stop until the people who are looking for you find you. I think this applies here as well. I think that if you just read what you like to read and read things that are interesting to you and make content that reflects those interests, you're going to find your people. You're going to find the people who appreciate what you have to offer and who you appreciate what they have to offer. And you're going to find your niche on Booktube. And yeah, so that's what I've learned so far. I think sometimes it's not necessarily what to do, but what not to do. I'm going to kind of tag a variety of channels here. So Secondhand Shan, I'm going to tag Jody Hart's books because I adore her and I love her channel. Again, not one of those people that posts super regularly, but lovely. Eric Peterson, whose channel is so cool. So he does booktube videos and also has just kind of that paperback old grungy books and reads a lot of like cool detective stories and stuff, but reads a variety of things, but is also part of the vinyl community. So he does music stuff as well, which is really awesome. I'm gonna tag Caleb in this because I love him and his channel, and I would love to see him make a tag again if you want to, no pressure. I'm also gonna tag Liv Hooper at the Book Nook, a UK booktuber who I really enjoy her content. Celia, of course, I love her, and then Ollie Bliss. So those are the folks I'm gonna tag. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely catch you soon. Take care. Bye.